Hi, and welcome to this live reading from Unchained Hearts, the Boston Romance Series, book number 4 by Marlyn Love, and this is presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Chapter 1, Aries. My champagne flute trembles, its chill biting into my fingertips as I scan the glittering ballroom. The crystal catches the light, fracturing into tiny rainbows against my palm, beautiful, fragile, and ultimately empty, like everything else in this world. 3 weeks of planning has led to this moment. Across the room, Ethan catches my eye and gives an imperceptible nod. Everything's ready. The jet, the escape route, the accounts he helped me establish beyond my father's reach. One speech. That's all it will take. One perfectly timed rebellion in front of Los Angeles's elite. Expensive perfume mingles with the sharp tang of whiskey, and whispered secrets hang thick in the air as guests mingle beneath crystal chandeliers that cast honeyed light over their upturned faces. The string quartet in the corner plays something classical and forgettable, the notes floating above the practiced laughter and strategic conversations. I catalog my witnesses. The Thompson sisters with their infamous gossip column, their heads bent together like conspiring crows. The Financial Times editor nursing his third scotch by the bar. 3 rival CEOs my father's been trying to destroy circling the room like sharks. Perfect. Too many influential eyes from my parents to risk making a scene. Camera shutters click behind me, each flash a countdown to my planned escape. These media vultures here to document the St. Westwood engagement aren't just witnesses. They're my guarantee of freedom. Yet beneath my calculated confidence, a flicker of doubt threatens to surface. How many lives will my freedom cost? How many jobs hang in the balance of my rebellion? For a heartbeat, my mind drifts to simpler times. Summer afternoons spent beneath a sprawling oak tree, laughter echoing across a garden, fingers intertwined with mine, the scent of roses and possibility. A time before duty crushed every genuine emotion. I pushed the memory away. That life belongs to someone else now. Jessica's nails dig into the fabric of my suit, breaking through my thoughts. Her possessive grip tightens as she leans in, her diamond earrings catching the light as they sway with the movement. The cloying scent of her perfume, lily and something synthetic, invades my space, already triggering the familiar pressure at my temples. You're being terribly antisocial, darling. Her voice drips with honey, but her eyes remain cold, calculating. The Carmichaels are dying to offer their congratulations. Ah, yes, the Carmichaels, I say, watching a waiter navigate the crowd with a tray of champagne flutes balanced precariously on his palm. Another perfectly vetted family from Mother's social circle? Jessica's coral lips crack at the corners as she forces that camera-ready smile. At least they understand how things work in our world, she says, each word clipped and precise. Unlike you. Oh, I know better than anyone how this empty world works. Her grip tightens. Now isn't the time for your little rebellions. We have a script to follow. The merger depends on this union. Your father's expansion into Asia, my father's European holdings. Do you have any idea how many billions are at stake? How many careers depend on us? Her eyes narrow serpent-like. A script? I glance across the room where my mother stands, one manicured hand touching the pearl choker at her throat as she orchestrates the crowd like a conductor. Her eyes never stop moving, cataloging every interaction, every potential alliance or threat. Like the one where every decision in my life has been predetermined since birth. It's called responsibility, she snaps, her carefully constructed facade cracking. Your parents built an empire. They expect an obedient puppet. The words taste bitter on my tongue, like the dregs of too many empty champagne glasses. One more glance at Ethan. He stands near the exit, shoulders squared, watchful eyes scanning the room. His presence, the only genuine thing in this gilded cage, steadies me. Another subtle nod. It's time. Now isn't the time for dramatics, Aries. Dramatics? I laugh, the sound hollow even to my own ears. Like the carefully timed press releases about our whirlwind romance? Or the staged photos of us looking lovingly at each other across boardroom tables when we both know You've been sleeping with that tennis instructor for months? Jessica's face pales beneath her makeup, a flush of anger climbing her neck like a rash. It's called playing the game, she hisses, leaning in close enough that I can see the tiny flecks of mascara beneath her lower lashes. Your parents understand that. My parents understand that. Everyone in this room understands that. Why can't you? Across the room, I catch my mother's eye. Olivia Saint in all her calculated glory, watching me like a predator stalking prey. Her champagne-colored gown matches Jessica's, another carefully orchestrated detail. Beside her, father stands with his usual ramrod posture, one hand clutching a tumbler of bourbon, while his jaw muscles move silently beneath the skin. One final glance at Ethan, who is still near the exit, his sandy blonde hair catching the light as he nods imperceptibly. His stance is casual, but I recognize the tension in his shoulders, the same readiness he showed that night in Switzerland when we escaped boarding school to go to a local party. His presence steadies me, proof that not everything in my life has been orchestrated by my parents' puppeteer hands. I drain my champagne, setting the glass down with a deliberate clink against the marble-topped table. The socialites lean in, conversation dying as they sense blood in the water. Perfect. Let them smell it. Let them sense what's coming. You're right. My voice cuts through the manufactured pleasantries. It's time for honesty. The cameras click faster, sensing the shift in the air. My mother's fingers tightened around her champagne flute, her knuckles whitening as she takes a step forward, ready to shape me back into her son she needs me to be. But for the first time in my life, I don't feel the weight of those expectations bearing down on me. Instead, something else calls to me. Something that tastes like summer afternoons and sounds like genuine laughter. This engagement, I start each word a missile aimed at the Saint family legacy, is a business arrangement, nothing more. Scandalized gasps ripple through the crowd like wind through tall grass. Cameras flash like lightning, illuminating shocked faces in stark relief. Jessica's grip turns brutal, but I barely feel it. The truth, once unleashed, refuses to be contained. 3 weeks of rehearsed words flow, each one precision targeted to shatter my parents' perfect facade. A merger of dynasties, they call it. The perfect match. I face the crowd, hundreds of eyes burning into me like lasers. But that's what we do, isn't it? Package lies in pretty boxes and call it tradition. Aries. My father's voice slices through the air like a steel blade. He steps forward, bourbon abandoned, each footfall heavy against the marble floor. A vein pulses at his temple, his face flushing dark with rage. That's enough. I won't do it. The words taste like freedom on my tongue, sweet and terrifying. I won't marry someone I don't love for the sake of stock prices and social alliances. I won't live my life by someone else's script anymore. Jessica recovers first, her social training taking over. Her laugh rings out, musical yet menacing, like wind chimes in a storm. Oh, darling. She places a hand on my chest, each finger splayed like a claim of ownership. Her eyes glitter with venom. You'll regret this little tantrum, she hisses, her breath hot against my ear. Less than I'd regret marrying you. Bullseye. Her smile shatters, pure fury bleeding through the cracks of her perfect facade. The flesh creeps up her neck, staining her cheeks with blotchy red. Before she can retaliate, my mother materializes beside us, her smile carved from ice, her eyes flat and dangerous. A word, she says, each syllable clipped and precise. Her fingers dig into my arm, not quite hard enough to show in photographs. Now, my father joins us in a quieter alcove, his presence a storm of contained rage. Security guards flank us, providing the illusion of privacy. Behind them, reporters' fingers fly across their phones, recording every moment. By morning, this will be everywhere, exactly as planned. Have you lost your mind? Mother's voice trembles with rage, her manicured hands curling into fists at her sides. A single strand of hair has come loose from her updo, dangling by her ear like a surrender flag. I lean against the wall, a strange calm settling over me now that I've crossed the line. The weight I've carried for years seems to float away, leaving me lighter than I ever felt before. No, I finally found it. You think this is about rebellion? Father's voice drops to a dangerous whisper, his breath sour with bourbon as he leans in close. Wake up, Aries. This merger isn't about social standing, it's about survival. The Westwood's global reach, their technology, we could dominate Asia, Africa, South America. Without this deal, St. Industries falls behind. Is that what you want? To watch everything crumble because you're too selfish to do your duty? I straightened my spine, meeting his gaze. The merger's a band-aid on a bullet wound. My renewable energy proposal alone would triple our market cap in 5 years. But you'd rather sell us off than admit your son might actually know something about the future. Father's laugh is sharp and dismissive. Those pet projects of yours? Unproven, untested fantasies. This is business, not one of your idealistic daydreams. You've never even looked at the projections, I countered, my voice steady despite the rage building in my chest. The market research, the potential partnerships, all of it sitting on your desk for months. Years. You talk about survival, but you refuse to evolve. I built this company from the ground up, he snarls, jabbing a finger into my chest. I know it works. I know it's necessary. The merger is about control, not progress, I say. The Westwoods want the same thing you do, power concentrated in fewer hands. That's not change. It's consolidation. It's fear disguised as strategy. Aries, please. Mother moves closer, her voice honey-sweet with practiced concern. She reaches up to brush imaginary lint from my shoulder, her touch light but possessive. You're our only son. Everything we've sacrificed has been for your future. This merger secures your destiny, your chance to lead this company to greatness. Her eyes shimmer with calculated tears, one perfectly timed drop sliding down her cheek. Would you destroy your children's legacy before they're even born? Their expectations crush down, decades of grooming, of calculated preparation. For a heartbeat, I feel it all. Duty, guilt, the terror of disappointing them. Then I remember the price I've already paid. Endless, empty smiles, hollow promises, the suffocating weight of living someone else's life. I won't do it. My voice holds steady against the hurricane inside. I won't be your pawn, and not even for St. Industries. Father's face turns to stone as he invades my space. His cologne, sandalwood, and power surrounds me like a threat. This isn't a fairy tale where you follow your heart, Aries. This is business. He spits the word like venom. And I won't let you destroy it. How will you stop me? I nod toward the crowd of socialites and reporters devouring every word, their phones raised like weapons. Planning to drag me back by force. That should make an interesting headline. His nostrils flare. We both know I've won. Any show of force now would destroy them in the press. I find Ethan by the exit, coiled and ready. His hazel eyes are alert, scanning for threats even as his lips quirk up in that familiar half-smile that's gotten us through a dozen tight spots before. He straightens his tie, a deliberate signal that our escape route is clear. Aries! Cameras flash like lightning as I shoulder past Father, capturing every moment of my rebellion. Each photo hammers another nail in my gilded cage. The crowd parts, their scandalized whispers following me like a trail of breadcrumbs. Can't believe he dare. Oh, the Saint legacy. What a disgrace. Their judgment should crush me, but each step toward freedom feels lighter, like shedding chains I've worn so long they became part of my skin. Mr. Saint, one comment. The engagement. About the merger. Push past them, locked on Ethan's anchoring presence. Everything's falling into place. The media circus, the public scene, our calculated escape. No chance for my parents to bury this scandal. Ready to blow this popsicle stand? Ethan's casual words can't hide the steel in his shoulders or the alert watchfulness in his eyes. He scans the room one last time, his stance reminding me of our boarding school days, the same posture he took before we scaled the wall for midnight adventures. Get me out of here. He moves instantly, reading the urgency in my voice. Mother's panic shrill calls chase us down the marble hallway, each echo an accusation. The click of her heels against stone grows faster, more desperate. Car's waiting, Ethan says as we walk through the long hall, nodding to a server who deliberately looks away. Jet's ready. Boston by morning. Boston. The word sucker punches me, unleashing memories I fought to bury. Summer afternoon sitting on the garden bench, stolen kisses behind the rose bushes, promises whispered against warm skin. I haven't been back since everything shattered. I clenched my jaw, forcing the memories back down. That's the past, and it needs to stay there, buried where it belongs. The moment we step outside, the night air slaps my face, the sudden chill raising goosebumps on my skin. Los Angeles glitters below, an endless ocean of lights stretching to the horizon. How many nights did I stand at my office window, staring at this view, playing the perfect air? How many years wasted pretending to be someone I'm not? Incoming. Ethan warns as Jessica's voice slices through the darkness. You're making a mistake. She looms at the top of the stairs, venue lights casting her in a dramatic silhouette. Her dress shimmers like liquid gold, her hands balled into fists at her sides. Come back inside, we can fix this. Your parents are willing to overlook this episode. I face her one final time, taking in the perfect arrangement of features that never stirred anything in me beyond mild appreciation. No. The car door opens with a soft click. I slide in without a backward glance. In the rearview mirror, my parents stand frozen at the entrance, mother's hand at her mouth, mascara smudged beneath one eye. Father's face thunderous with rage, one hand gripping the doorframe, the perfect tableau of betrayed aristocracy. Their figures grow smaller and smaller in the mirror until they're nothing but specks of light, then nothing at all, swallowed by the dark. You good? Ethan asks as we merge onto the highway. City lights blur past like meteors, each one a star in my old universe, growing more distant by the second. A sensation I'd almost forgotten unfurls in my chest, tentative at first, then stronger. Recognition hits slowly like dawn breaking after an endless night. Freedom. And, with it, thunder. Because I know my parents, this isn't the end. It's barely the beginning. They'll unleash everything they have. They'll try to drag me back to their gilded prison. But, for the first time, I'm ready. My phone erupts with messages, the PR team's first desperate salvos, their panic evident in the frequency of notifications. I switch it off, the sudden silence almost deafening. 20 minutes later, the highway gives way to empty access roads. The private airport materializes ahead, runway lights piercing the darkness like salvation. Our jet waits, engines humming promise of escape. Last chance to bail, Ethan says as we pull up to the terminal, his expression serious despite the lightness in his tone. Though that was one epic exit speech. I climb out of the car, breathing in the cool night air. Taking a final look at Los Angeles, my glittering cage of dreams and lies, I pause at the foot of the boarding stairs. Somewhere in that sparkling wasteland, my parents are mobilizing, plotting to reclaim their wayward heir. But they don't understand. Some chains, once shattered, can never be reforged. Minutes later, I sink into the leather seat as the jet taxis, my racing pulse a war drum. Just adrenaline, I tell myself, just the rush of torching my old life. Nothing more. It has nothing to do with Boston. Nothing to do with her or the memories that still haunt me. Nothing at all.